video. So at the same time, I was standing here with the same little teddy bear, and I went around asking other first-year commerce students about their experience, including some tips and tricks for incoming students. So now that I'm in 4th year and that I'm graduating in a few weeks, had to run back the series one last time. Today, it's April 3rd, it's the last day of classes, and no masks. So that's a change. Thank you so much for your support on the original video. I've had so many people come up and tell me, and friends of friends tell me as well. So this one's for you guys. And since the last video, there's been many upgrades. So instead of a fake handy dandy microphone, I have an actual one. And instead of just trivial questions, got a set of better questions this time. So without further ado, let's get into it. Can you start by telling us what's your name and where are you from?
Sure. I'm Galia, and I'm from Stouffville, Ontario.
I'm Cam, and I'm from Mississauga, Ontario.
Hi everyone, I'm Valerie, and I'm from Caledon, Ontario.
I'm Charles, 4th year, from Oakville, Ontario.
Hey, my name is Karen. I'm currently 4th year in commerce, and I am from Richmond Hill.
My name is Tara, and I'm from Hong Kong.
My name's Andrea, and I'm from Deep River, Ontario.
I'm Reed, I'm from Toronto.
My name is Celine, and I'm from Thornhill, Ontario.
So now for the fun part, we're going to watch a clip of first year Valerie.
Oh no. Why did you choose to come to this program as opposed to others?
I definitely chose Queen's Commerce because of the small class sizes and also the opportunity to go on exchange in 3rd year. I think is really cool.
Okay, so reflecting on that, like if I were to ask you again, why Queen's Commerce, what would you change or add to your answer?
Honestly, I think I would stick to the same thing. I think small class sizes. I got to know a lot of my classmates along the way, and that was definitely something that drew me to the program. I think also just the amount of immense opportunity that's available, whether it's exchange or meeting new people, coming to Kingston, things like that, honestly drew me to Queen's Commerce, and yeah, I loved it.
I love that response. Now, I was just thinking back to the first year video, and one of the questions was, what do you do for fun when you're not studying? And you said,
We take a look outside today. We got a beautiful day here in Kingston. Normally you get a lot of people out on Tyndall when you have a nice day, some people down by the water. I like to be active, play spike ball, maybe a little bit of soccer, so I think that's what I'm doing.
It's a nice balance of schoolwork and the fun.
Do you still do that, or what do you do now?
I'm going to Tyndall tomorrow to play some soccer, so definitely still do that. I would say the weather unfortunately has been terrible this year, so maybe a little bit more basketball. I would love to say that I go to the gym, but that would be lying. So I'll leave it there.
Incoming first year students.
Yeah, I think definitely just go out there and talk to people, ask them for lunch, ask them what they're doing after class. That was something I found I didn't do enough, and I regretted it a bit. I think just take that step, and what's the worst that can happen?
You was just know that. What would 4th year Andrea say to first year Andrea?
If I could redo it,
Yeah.
I would give that same advice. And even it still applies today with 4th year friends. Ask people for lunch. Ask people to study with you. Don't do too many things alone, because this is your chance while you're all in the same community or within a kilometer of each other. Still do that today.
Yeah, I agree with that. Now, we're going to backtrack into first year Charles. And at the time, the question was, why did you choose Queen's Commerce?
Well, when you get an offer from the biggest business school in Canada, you kind of have to pick that one.
Okay, so now 4 years later, if I would ask you again why Queen's Commerce, what would you add or change to your first year answer?
Can I keep it the same? I keep it the same? I feel like I've enjoyed the past 4 years so much that I wouldn't have rather spent it anywhere else. And I think everyone else that you're talking to today would probably say the same.
Oh, but that's so wholesome.
What would you change, Sarah?
Or what would you add? Because you just said if you going to the best business program. So what makes it sort of the best aside from the people, the clubs?
Aside from the people, okay. I was gonna say the people because I didn't know anyone at that point.
Fair enough.
What would I add? I like how the program's actually designed for students. It feels like you're immediately immersed into the business experience from day one, and your professors, your TAs, everyone is there to kind of help you succeed. There's none of that, competitiveness in a negative way that you'd see or that I've heard from other programs.
Throwing shade again. Okay.
Some things have changed.
Yeah. Now, I know you went on exchange. A lot of other students did as well. So I would love to know, where did you go? Do you have a favorite place or a city? And then any travel hacks or advice? It's a loaded question.
Yeah, so I went to Madrid, Spain for my exchange. I had so much fun there in my 4 months. I think my favorite place is definitely like still Madrid because I spent most of my time there. I have really good time like hanging out with my friends, going to day trips, and even like going the social life at night. It's really fun and it's super affordable. I think one travel hack, like travel hack, like a tip would be like meet people who are outside from Queen's Commerce. Definitely try to expand outside of your current social circle so that you can actually like get more new perspective and like learn a different culture.
So I was in Nantes in France. It's 2 hours from Paris. One of my favorite places to visit was Spain. And what we did was we did Barcelona, Madrid, but we also did south of Spain. So my biggest tip there would be try and go beyond just the touristy cities and the most popular cities because I think that's where I had the best time.
Great question. I went on exchange. I went to Uppsala, Sweden. So it was right near Stockholm. My favorite memory, we went up north above the Arctic Circle and did like polar plunge. We went skiing. So that was amazing. But my favorite city was Oslo, Norway. And it was just so like winter wonderland, quiet. It was really beautiful. Learn how to say, I don't speak this language in that language.
Oh, I like that. I like
then
that.
You'll never worry about people not understanding you.
I like that. What's one piece of advice you would give to your first year self? So what would fourth year Cam say to first year Cam?
Fourth year Cam would say it's really not that serious. You need to like sleep and eat.
As to my first year self, but generally like I say this to like any like first year or even second year that like coffee chats me, and like sometimes like I need to like listen to this advice myself. Little Karen in first year, like if I really looked up to an upper year, like basically anything like someone told me would become like the gospel. Like if like I met you fourth year Sarah and first year Karen, like whatever you told me, like I'd be like, oh my god, I'm gonna do that for the rest of my life. And like not that like whoever your upper year has given you advice means any harm. It's just like sometimes advice is not applicable to all. Take everything with a grain of salt. Like take what resonates with you, and like if it doesn't resonate with you, like put it in your back pocket, throw away. Like it's perfectly fine. But like I think sometimes like when you're younger and a little more naive, like you won't really know to like disregard feedback.
Right.
I think one thing, and I think a lot of us face this when we start something new, is just really being confident in yourself. And that doesn't mean thinking, I'm the best at anything. It's not that. It's mainly like the why not me theory, if you've heard of it. Why can't I achieve this? Why can't I, reach this goal? So I think something I would tell myself is, not to let yourself be intimidated by big dreams or goals, and kind of approach it with, why not me? Why can't I?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's so cute. If you were to split your 4 years into different eras, what would you title each one?
Oh my gosh. Okay. First year would be like my hectic era.
Okay.
Second year would be like my work era. Third year would be my play era.
Fair
and
enough.
then fourth year would be my happy era.
Happy. Okay.
Yes. So you can kind of see how it shifts as you age a little.
So if I were to like summarize all the eras, first year would be struggle era, and then second year would be more like a thriving degen era. My third year would be kind of like risk taking, and then my fourth year would just be like open to fun.
Title each one. Like, is it just a random title or like a
Like
book
it
title,
could
a movie
be
title?
like some people have said like for first year would be like discovery, like something like that.
First year.
Well, you could do book title,
first
movie
year,
title.
No, I don't know that many books or movies. First year's probably just trying something new. Second year's probably like the hustle or the grind or something cheesy like that. I'd say third year is exploring because you're in a different continent, and then fourth year has just been enjoying life.
My first year was like FOMO/COVID because there was like 2 months we stayed at home. I think second year will be more like adulthood. I think like you moved out, like you start cooking for yourself, and you start like finding jobs as well. So I think that really transitioned you from like being like a teenage to an adult. Third year is definitely exchange because like exchange is a big part, and then fourth year I think it's just like love maybe. It's just like you're spending time with the people you've spent the past 3 years with. You're creating memories, you're doing things that you're actually passionate about, because I assume most people usually figure the stuff they want to do by fourth year. So I would say I think love is a pretty good word to capture that era.
Aw, I think that's so sweet. And by the way, she organizes all of our little like group dinners, galentines, all of that. So she's the plan. Rank each year of university with number 1 being the best. How would you rank it?
This is so hard because I think honestly I might rank first year first. Like
What?
I know, like I love just like living in residence, meeting new people. I honestly loved it. I think fourth year probably second, just because you know you're in it, you have your friends made, um, and you're going through the program. I think I'd probably mark third year third, and then second year last.
I would say as much as like second year was difficult, I would say overall it was a really good year. Like I would rank it number 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Despite being
new.
really stressful.
Yeah.
It was actually like I feel like I made a lot of memories, had a lot of like good experiences, and I feel like I learned what not to do in life, which was an important lesson I think I needed. So that was good. And then I'd probably put first year as like third, and then third year I'd put as first because of exchange. And then fourth year I'd put last, not because it was bad, but I feel like it's just been very like calm and like like nothing crazy, which is a good thing, like in a good way. But
Fair
like I'd probably put it like
So I would start with third year. I would say that's my favorite because of exchange, which is kind of a generic answer. But fourth year, I'd say there were so many fun events and just like spending last few moments with my friends and taking classes that I get to choose and not a ton of mandatory courses you have to take in fourth year. And then first year is my third ranked, and then second year would be my fourth. That's just because it was really busy and there was recruiting and courses were hard, but I would say that would be my final rank.
I would say exchange is the best. So third year, hence by process. Third year, then fourth year, then first year, then second year kind of sucked a little bit, but
Fair
it's
enough.
okay. Second year builds third and fourth year
Exactly.
fun. So
Is there anything you regret or wish you did more of?
I think maybe in my first year, I wish I was able to find a mentor. I know it sounds very cliche, but like I think having a mentor really helps you to like kind of navigate your time at Queens. They can help you set up a lot of coffee chat, help you to figure out like what kind of career you would like to have. I think I would like to have that mentorship in first year.
Oh, now that you mention it, me too. I like that. Yeah.
I regret napping so much. I slept so
Really?
many of my days away, and I think if I had just like held off and like had a coffee instead of like succumbing to the nap, I might have more memories than I do.
I mean, hey, I think you need some time to refuel and
Absolutely.
go ahead. No, you're good.
wow, that's a tricky question. I would say I wish I took advantage of more just things on campus. There's so many wonderful things, wonderful clubs, wonderful conferences that I didn't really take advantage of until fourth year. Obviously, part of that has to do with just timing and work. But like this year, I went to like QCIB and like did a couple other like quick like one-off night events. Like I did like a QGM trivia night the other night. Right, those things are actually just so much fun. Maybe on me for not necessarily putting myself into that in my first 3 years of university, but would definitely say I wish I did that a little bit more.
Okay, I like that. What's one thing about Queen's Commons that only students in the program would understand? Like, if you know, you know.
Capsim.
Oh.
Maybe other programs do that, but
So can you elaborate?
Chester.
What is it? Why is it so, like...
Every industry had a Chester group, and they either really failed or really soared or some of both. And Chester just went through it. Chester had the hard time, I think.
I'm struggling. I'm back in my struggle area.
Did you just say you're back in your struggle area?
I'm back in my struggle area.
I think for me, like based on like coffee chats and stuff, I feel like if you're in first year and you have like a bunch of TAMs, like all that, like just sacrifice one of them for an upper year in the chat, and it not only doesn't make like people be like, oh yeah, that's very transactional, but it's like if you give them a free meal, free something with students, like everyone loves it.
Yeah,
like it's appreciated.
That's actually very true. Because in the industry, you actually have to pay time for like expert advice. Yeah. But like now you can bribe me for free because I'm super broke and super hungry. So like I'll take a TAM. Exactly. That's super fair. That's a tidbit. Yeah. The hint is when an upper year is like, oh my god, like I haven't been to Lazy in so long. Like I love to go. Or I used to go to Loco all the time. That's your hint to like TAM them.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go grab lunch.
Exactly.
Like, have you eaten lunch yet? Let's go. I agree. That's a good one.
I don't even know if I can spell that. There are some things that I'm thinking of that maybe I shouldn't say. So I'm gonna pass that one.
All right, fair enough. Now, last question is what's...
Actually, I'll answer, and you can cut it out if you want to.
Okay.
But ChatGPT is your best friend, so
fair enough.
There's my answer. You didn't hear it from me though.
March hiring season. I feel like I feel like that's kind of a unique experience to Queens and specifically commerce. Like it's so hectic. Like when going from experiencing it yourself in first year to like being the one coffee chatting everyone in second year to like not being here in third year and not experiencing it because you're on exchange, and then being back and like seeing it again, but like from a very different perspective where you're almost like, I don't even have enough like any much more I can say, right? I think that's a very unique experience. I feel like only we would understand how hectic goods gets during that month. So
I like that response.
It's like the hype of exchange because like when 200 of us go on exchange at the same time together, all of us are scattered around Europe and like Asia. It's like super easy travel. You always have a place to crash in. Like only us will understand how convenient and how fun that would be.
Is it 200 though? I thought it was more. Or actually, I've been telling everyone 80%. So
well, I think like there's a split of people going in the fall and there's people going in the winter, and then some people are like didn't go. Maybe they're going in the fourth year. So
I think definitely research pool. You know, doing it very last minute, but always getting it done. So
I was gonna ask you to elaborate, but you're right. If you know, you know.
Yes.
You gotta be in the program to know. What industry or career are you going into? And then on a more creative side, if you got to choose any career, what would it be?
So I'll be going to finance, or specifically investment banking for full-time. An industry that is more creative. Maybe I would go into teaching. Like my English teacher always told me I should be a teacher. And I'd say like I love working with kids too, and teaching has been something I've considered. I don't know why you made that face.
No, I just was like, oh, it made sense.
Yeah. And like I took a few courses at Queen's. I took a course called Teaching Music for Children, and creating the learning plans was kind of fun. So maybe in a different life.
Oh yeah, you did like those learning plans.
I'm going into investment banking. And then if I could take any career, I think I'd open an ice cream shop. I think I'd open an ice cream shop. Yeah.
And what distinct flavors do you have in mind?
No, we're making a whole new set of, like Baskin Robbins style, like 31 of my own.
All right. I like that. It could be anything.
I would still choose like Amex. Like I think Amex like value of providing cards that are like very travel and lifestyle heavy that really suits me. So like I think that's just dream company I want to go into, and I want to stay in there as much as possible.
Aw, that's sweet. I could never. The original video, there's a lot of future investment bankers in that video.
Not to say that I'm going into investment banking. I'm doing merchant banking, which is a type of investment banking.
Okay.
So apologies if it gets a little bit repetitive. If I could do anything, I took a sales class this year that I really liked. Didn't necessarily appreciate the role of a salesperson and the amount of critical thinking that goes into that. So would definitely say that that's a career that I feel like I would enjoy, that I never really gave a good close look to.
Oh, very neat. Okay. I think I was expecting that, but I can see it. I think you could be a good salesperson.
Does money matter?
No, does not matter.
I have like a retirement like thought, but I also have just like a general career. I would love to be an architect. But I'm too old to like actually build and design any more buildings. I would then retire and run like a tiny little like painting art shop, like
in like Greece. And that's really cute. And like I would every day I'd go out and like paint something, and like because I'm like so rich from being in architecture and like selling buildings, I don't really like need to be profitable. So like I can paint and like I'll like sell like a tiny little painting for like $100, and if some tourist falls into my trap and buys it, then I'm like okay. But if they don't, I'm so rich that it doesn't really matter.
I love that there's like this whole like
this
plan.
is the plan.
There's a whole scheme.
This is the plan.
You know what? It's on video now, so we'll see if it happens. I'll come visit you in Greece sometime. I'll be like, where's Karen's shop?
And then will you buy one of my overpriced paintings?
I'll buy one of them to support you.
And then I'll live for another month. And then so that is the plan.
So the final question is, what's next for you? So what are you going to be doing after we graduate?
Like work-wise or like travel-wise?
Both.
So I'll be spending a couple months in Asia with family, and then work starts in July. So next chapter comes pretty soon.
Where I'm visiting some friends from exchange. So I'm going to Finland, Sweden,
Nice.
Greece, because that's
Yeah,
where they're
yeah.
from, and I didn't get to visit those places on exchange, so I thought it'd be cool to go visit them. Then I'm gonna spend a month volunteering abroad. Yeah.
Like what kind of volunteering?
I haven't figured that part out yet, but I want to kind of volunteer for like a yoga retreat center.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, I've gotten into yoga
yeah.
recently, so
Wait,
I've
I
been
love
like,
this like wellness theme of like camping
Yeah.
with you.
no, it's very self-care heavy. No, but I got into that recently, so I want to do that, volunteer at a yoga retreat somewhere right after I visit them, which I think could be super fun for a month, and then come back to Kingston, convocation, which will be really nice. And then after that, working full-time in the fall.
I'm going to do a grad trip with some of my friends. We're planning to do Asia, like South Korea, Vietnam, and I'll probably end off in India. But yeah, really excited. I find a lot of people that went to Europe on exchange, they typically do Asia for their grad trip. So yeah, very excited.
I'm technically not graduating this year, so can you elaborate a little bit?
Yes, so Queen's Commerce offers a really unique program where you can combine your Bachelor of Commerce with a JD, so a law degree. And so instead of my fourth year being my fourth year of commerce, it's actually my first year of law. So I'll get 2 in 1 in the next 3 years, I guess.
Moving to Toronto with friends I met at Queen's and with some of my roommates here, and looking for jobs in the clean economy. And I feel like that's going to be a lot of exploration, a lot of like maybe changing jobs, trying out things, but as long as it's like purpose-driven work, that's what I'm interested in.
Actually spending my summer here in Kingston again. I'm completing my graduate diploma in accounting, and then afterwards I'll be moving back home to Toronto and working at PwC in accounting.
Slay. We love that. That's it, dude.
Wonderful.
Oh. That's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, and a huge shout out to the interviewees who not only agreed to be in my video when I randomly stopped them in first year, but also now again in fourth year. And I think it's great to see how so many of them have changed in the best way possible. To all of those who are graduating the class of 2025, happy graduation.
Definitely.
So water up the nose kind of vibe.
I
If you've ever felt that before.
Yeah. Oh no, it's okay. You're good. You're good. Okay, now if you were to split your do you want the eras one or the ranking one?
Ranking.
I love how you just smile. Is there anything you regret or wish you did more of? That's cute.
Wait, sorry, what do I look?
You can look at me. You can look at the camera. Whatever you feel comfortable with.
Okay, you're gonna get another clip of me swearing, and that's not gonna
Hey,
be good.
add it to the bloopers.
Okay, wait, can we cut that? Yes, yes.
Oh.
How would you describe it?
In one word?
Okay, so feel comfortable.
Okay, I'm Charles, fourth year.
I can't even think of one. Hold on.
Wonderful.
I was thinking about the awkward hug from first year that I caught you totally unprepared for.
Oh,
So I was like, let me do a high five.
I like that. That works too. Hugging also acceptable.
Thank you, Sarah. Thanks for having me.
All right. I know. I was like, I feel like I have to do this because I've had so many people send me this video over the years. It's like, all right.
All right, appreciate you. Thank
Good
you.
to be back.
You're good. You're good. Go ahead. Yeah.
Good.
I'm sorry. You can add to the bloopers.
Sorry, what's the question again?
Go ahead.
You sure?
Yep.
Oh, it's just Andrea.
I was like, why do we stop?
That more. Oh no. Okay. Back.